And we are live for Church Matters for August 25th, 2022, the show which talks about the events and matters of the church. With us this evening is me, Thomas Miller, and Harlan Haynes, our pastor at the church. Harlan, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day today. Man, I've been excited because of the rain. My yard is greener. I don't have to worry about water. Just good stuff happening.
Most excellent. As I'm doing what we say in TV terms, I'm stretching because I did not load up my slide deck
Oh,
here. Not that we can't talk about things, but it's always fun to have a nice visual. And plus, actually,
nice to look at something in
I
that.
got some images from last night. We had our Team Kid
Oh man, we had a
kickoff.
great time, didn't we?
It was fun and very well attended. I was glad to see
Yes,
that. And
yeah,
let's see here. Let's see here. Team Kid, by the way, meets again filling time here. Meets on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. on Wednesdays. Took a break off for the
yeah.
summer, but we are
And
back.
yeah, they can go online and register if they have not already. That makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, just come on into the church this coming Wednesday at 5:45. It'll be our first official Team Kid for the year. The kickoff was, as you said yesterday, but they can register for that, and I think we've already got, I believe, over 50 kids registered so far. And usually there's more that come in down the line. It's a great, great ministry to touch kids for the Lord, teach them Bible verses. They memorize Bible verses. They learn about missions and doing, and they just have a great time. I tell people all the time that I've never seen a parent dragging a kid into Team Kids. It's usually the other way around. Kids, come on, I'm going to be late. Hurry, 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 and that just thrills me that happens.
Right. Well, talk to me a little bit. How did Team Kid get started at our church?
Team Kid, we had what in the Baptist circles for boys and girls for years was called RAs and GAs, Royal
Ah,
Ambassadors, and
I remember those days. I was
yeah,
in those while I was in
uh,
RAs.
and quite honestly, it just wasn't doing as well as what we wanted. And Linda Cannon, who is the person who runs our Team Kids for us, came to us with an idea of a new ministry that was being started by basically Southern Baptist Convention or Lifeway, and called Team Kid. And so we thought, hey, this sounds good. And if anybody's familiar with Awanas, it's
Mhm.
almost like Awanas. I mean, it's got a little bit different because of missions, more I guess more weighted or has more mission stuff than maybe Awanas does, but it's very very similar. And from day one that we cranked it off, it has exploded on us. It has done great. And again, I just credit Linda Cannon just listening to the Holy Spirit and coming forward and saying, "Hey, I'd like to do this. Let's try it." And we did, and we haven't looked back since.
Yeah, well, I actually my home church did Awana, and it was fine. It was just it was a different view of it. So speaking of different views, I tell you what, we're just going to do this old school style here, and I'm
I
going to
like old
show.
school style. I'm old.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. No, I didn't say that. Let me back up. I didn't mean to agree with you there. I was just filling the conversation with yeah what he said. Uh,
Well, yeah.
it's true.
Wait a minute, but see, I'm not going to mess with my IT guy. You
That's
know.
fair. It's fair. That's fair. Well, come on now. Let's see here. You know what I did is I laid down and took a nap and didn't. So I'll tell you what, talk to us about this Sunday sermon. It's Christ in the Old Testament.
This
Last
Sunday
week we
sermon,
looked
yeah.
at Amos, the book of Amos. So this week is what?
Obadiah. In fact, I just sent you the PowerPoint for it, so
Oh,
you should have it in your email. We'll be looking at Obadiah. Obadiah is the shortest book in the Old Testament, about 21 verses long, but it is packed full of stuff, and definitely in it you see Christ. It points to Christ, and so I mean, it's going to be another one of my pointless sermons. So.
ah. What do you define as a pointless sermon?
Pointless, a sermon that has no points.
Oh,
There's no one, two, three, as you normally do. So I told Kathy, I think it was the first time that I had it going through, because some of these books just do not lean their way for some points. You just kind of work through it. And so the first time I did, I told Kathy, I said, "Oh, well, I've got a sermon, but I don't have any points in it." She looked at me and said, "Well, that's pointless." And
Yeah,
I'm going, I'm going, okay, a
it's
pointless
funny.
sermon. There we go.
It is very funny. I do like that. Yes. So is it considered a longer? Is it a long chapter or is it a fairly short chapter?
Well, like I said, it's only about 21 verses. That's
Okay.
it. It's the shortest book in the Old Testament, but again, it's a lot of good stuff in it, and so I'm excited about it. And as we look through that and continue to find Christ, we've got maybe about 6, 7 more books that we'll go through, and we'll have completed the whole Old Testament.
Well, that was my next question. So are we going through the entire Old Testament?
Yes,
Well, at the end we can say we have covered every verse, every
every
Old
book.
Testament book.
Yeah. And there's been a couple of these sermons that I have combined 2 books because of the way the books are. They both show kind of the same things and
Mhm.
are deal with the same things, or refer to one another. And so there's been a few sermons I've done that, not many, but so for the most part, we are going through each book of the Old Testament and finding where Christ is referenced in. My daughter, Rhonda, who she's up there and runs a
Mhm.
PowerPoint computer. When she went to UMHB, she sat in Old Testament under a wonderful, wonderful man. Minister John Whitty, who
Mhm.
was teaching Old Testament, and he told the class. He said, "Now I get it." Because he was constantly telling the class that in the Old Testament runs a scarlet thread through all the books of the Old Testament, runs a scarlet thread. And she said, "I finally understand what he means." And that as we've been looking and finding Christ in the Old Testament.
I see. I see here. I'm giving this one more try here. And if this isn't it, it's okay. You know what? It's okay. They didn't have PowerPoint and live streaming back in the day, and we didn't
Jesus
really have
did
it
not have
until
PowerPoint. He
we did
just
not
had
have.
power. So
It's true. It is fair. His PowerPoints were actual PowerPoints.
that's right.
So
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Sunday evening, we're going to be looking at King Asa in the Old Testament in Second Chronicles,
yeah,
and looking at a guy who started off well, but boy, did he end bad, and what we can learn from that. I do know we also have. Oh, look at those cute kids!
yes. Well, tell you, complete that thought. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the kids. It
Yeah.
was going to be. I had a slideshow, or not slideshow, but some
Well, I was
images from
going to say,
yesterday.
remember we've got the men's prayer
Yeah,
uh, at 8 o'clock.
8:30, 8:30 on
8:30. I'm trying
Sundays.
to think, my
Yeah.
mind just went blank there.
Oh,
8:30, and so, up there in the fellowship hall, praying for the church and the ministry and everything.
yeah.
Praying for those guys right there.
Absolutely. So we were talking about, and I can get back on track. We were talking about Team Kid Kickoff last night. Here, just on 2 slides of the. It's my. I think we should just buy our own water slide now. I'm sure we've borrowed it so many times,
He
or
almost
rented
owned
it.
it.
We rent rent to own. Kind of a deal. There's Bubba and Nancy, and
They
then
went through so
yeah,
much pizza,
it's good
man.
pizza. It's good pizza.
Yeah.
And so, kind of carrying on, also this Saturday, we've got the Wayfinders Kickoff Welcome Day, as we're calling it. It's going to
What
be,
are some of
yeah,
the things you're looking at doing, Thomas? I mean, I was telling some folks, I know you were looking at fire stations, some camping trips, but
yeah. So
what's
we
mo
have got, and I don't have my calendar up in front of me, but next, I think it's the 10th of September, we're going to be at the Central Fire Station in Temple.
Oh,
It's going to
cool.
be given to us, a personal tour by his name's Buzzy Gover. And if you're now, I'm not a Troyite as much, but I
I
know
know
that I
Buzzy.
know everyone knows Buzzy, so I
That's
say
right.
Buzzy Gover. It's just a fun name to say too, Buzzy Gover. He's the I guess the PR guy for them, and so he's going to be showing us around the Central Fire Station. This is our second trip to the fire station, but it was about 3 years ago, right? BC, before COVID. Before COVID hit, we're going to take a look at that. It'll be on a Saturday morning. Uh, in addition, kind of to some dates to lock in, we're trying to lock in is we're going to have Paul Malman. He's a jack of all trades, and one of them
Mm.
is taxidermy. And my
Oh,
joke of
wow.
the night was, "Hey, we're going to do taxidermy. We're actually not going to do taxidermy. We're going to show the finished product of taxidermy." But he ducks was one of his specialty uh, foul, I guess. And then we've got, in addition to that, we're going to have his son is going to be bringing his son is a dog trainer, or has trained his dog, and for special skills, and so he's going to be there as well. Now, dates to be determined on those, and then we've got a camp out coming up on October 8th, 7th into the 8th, I should say, at Fort Parker State Park out at Mahia.
That's a nice park.
Not Mexia, it's Mahia.
Mahair.
Mahir. It's from, if you're local. Excuse me. So that's coming up. Also some events. We've got probably a jambalaya night coming up, hopefully in late in October, November, prepared by an actual Cajun. So that'll be the fun part of that. But more to come as we get everything kind of locked in. But those are the two quick dates: the fire station and the camp out. So, and then in the spring we'll do our, hopefully it's up if the camp will do it, father-son camp out. That was at the Lake of the Highlands or Highland, there we go.
Yeah.
Down in Austin. That was a fun experience over the weekend. So hopefully they do that again in the spring. But yes, so this Saturday, August 27th, it's going to be kind of a about us type of meeting. Here's what we're about and what we do. It's open. Boys can always join anytime after. We're not just saying this is the only day, but this is going to be the day we're going to specifically.
And Thomas, what is the cost? I know the cost.
I know. Well,
deep into their pockets.
Absolutely, it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
It is free to join now. It is a donation based ministry, and as we have special events come up that we may say, hey, here's this event. If y'all want to do it, it'll be this much, but at the end of the day, it is going to be free to partake of. And we hopefully can keep it like that. Of course, donations are always appreciated, which can be made on at the church website for that. But yes, it is free, ages 5 through 12. And then beyond that, I mean, everyone's gone through safety training, and everyone, we've vetted everyone. So who's going to be working with it? Looking for the kids to be there. Also, if their dads can make it, we greatly appreciate it. And if not, that's okay. If dads can't make it or dad's not there, not a problem. We just want the kids there. So
that's it.
That is the event, the 27th. We talked about Christ in the Old Testament.
We did. I mean, and I don't know, I think Roger White probably been sleeping through it because he said great series. So
there he is right there.
Hey, Roger, I'm glad you're joining us, man.
Yes. So I always thought it'd be funny that after a good sermon that we get one of those giant water containers and just with ice and dump it,
Oh, no. Let's not do that.
Like they do it for the coaches at the NFL. They take just do that to you.
Yeah, no. Let's skip that.
Do that in a promo video or something.
I can see Bubba's face when that water hits the carpet.
It's fair. It's fair. Thank goodness we don't do animal sacrifices anymore. Yes. That would just be awful for those guys. I jumped over the slide. School supplies, August shoebox item of the month for Operation Christmas Child are school supplies. And so just bring those to the church and we'll get them where they need to be. CPR, first aid, and AED training. The older I get, the more I appreciate the organizations that offer these services. So that training is on September 10th. And we can still, so registration is still at least until the 29th.
Yeah.
And we have an AED on floor.
Yes,
we actually have an AED that is checked and charged and hopefully ready to go, but hopefully not needed.
And if folks, I'd encourage folks, if they would like to take the class, again, it's going to be free for the church staff, teen kid volunteers, our Sunday school workers, again, because we are concerned. We want our kids to be safe. And let me just say too, all of our teachers of our kids, anyone under 18, and anybody's going to be around them, have background checks done. We're very serious about keeping kids safe. But if somebody would like to take the AED class, the first aid CPR, class, again, $65 a person, but it's a wonderful thing to know. And there may be a teenager out there who's going to do some babysitting, and this will give them a leg up on the competition when they can show that card saying, I have been trained in this.
Well, absolutely. In my case, my work, we do a similar training every 2 years, and I will bring them mine from the church when I did mine at the church a few years back. And they said, that's great. We can actually use that on file in case we ever needed it. So it carries all across multiple abilities, I guess, or multiple places.
Yeah,
So yes,
I see where Roger says my pointless sermon should have a poem in it.
it
I
says you
mean,
said no points, but what about the poem?
well, about the poem, the only poem I know is "Roses are red, violets are purple, sugar is sweet, and so is maple syrup." That's the only one I know.
That's
So
funny.
anyway, well,
That's funny. I'm assuming that's in reference to
old
the
Roger
content
Miller
of.
song.
That's funny, of the book there. Well, is it a poem? Is that what that's supposed to represent? Is it considered poetic?
Yes, it's poet. Yes.
Ah, gotcha,
In the
gotcha.
Baptist world, they say 3 points in a poem. I'm
Uh,
not good with poetry, so I just
I understand. So I guess up here again. There we go. And then, as always, we're looking for donations for our weekend backpack meals. The most recent, and I don't know if this is the numbers have came up since this was first done about 2 weeks ago, but hygiene items are needed. Weekend backpack meals is the program where we provide a bag of kind of over weekend type snack and meal items for kids that are in need that have been brought to our attention through the counseling program with Troy ISD, and so that program is always seeking donations
yes.
from physical items to financial to help cover those costs. Is it about $50 or $75 now? That
It's 50, but it's we're stretching it.
50 and
Carrie,
some change,
yeah.
basically to
And
cover
we
one
just
child for the year.
Carrie
Yeah.
just took because we do all the schools. We take bags to all the schools, and so we've got 37 kids right now that we are providing for that we know, and that may grow as counselors let us know that there's some more kids with needs. But that's 37 kids, and that's you know at least we know on the weekend they're going to have something nutritious. It
Mhm.
may not fill them, stuff them, but it's going to be something nutritious to help them get through. And then the shampoo and toothbrushes and stuff like that on the hygiene to help them in that
Mhm.
too. So
Absolutely.
great ministry.
Absolutely. Continuing on with Fresh Grounded Faith on September 15th. I'm sorry, I keep getting that reversed. RSVP to the office by September 15th. The event is October 14th and 15th in College Station. Ladies, just call the office, email Carrie, and we can work that out to get
Yeah.
you to
I
go.
think there's about 10 coming right now.
Oh, good.
So that's really good. And if somebody wants to be a part, yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great thing for the ladies. I'm excited about it. We're in the
Absolutely.
process of getting a van so they can all go in one van.
Hey, it's better than a bug or beetle or
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely.
I
And setting
understand that.
people on the hoods and all that doesn't
You
work
could though.
well.
That'd be interesting. Be good video. September 13th is the continue, or I guess restarting of the women's Bible study. It'll be a
Yes.
12-week series over women of the Bible. You need to purchase a study guide and let the church office know well in advance if you need childcare.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, though, but the way you said the lessons are structured, you don't necessarily have to pre-study. You can come in on that day and
Exactly.
understand what's going on.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of this lesson that they're going through. And we do definitely need it on childcare if it is needed, so that we can have folks, our nursery available
Yes.
and folks available on that. And I don't know if you got a slide because this is late breaking news just this past week, but starting on September the 20th, the men's ministry starting back up.
Oh, I do
And
not.
they will also be from 6 to 7:30. So ladies, you can bring your husbands. That's why I'm saying if also you've got some smaller kids that you're going to need childcare for, we really need to know so we can have that covered. But they're going to be going through Josh McDowell's book, More Than a Carpenter.
Oh,
It's Apologetics of the Faith. And a wonderful book, great book of who Christ is. I mean, Josh McDowell was a atheist who came to know the Lord, and so he tried to disprove the Lord, and in doing so, he came to know the Lord. So it's a great book, but they're also looking at doing some skeet shooting, some fishing, some maybe going down the coast, maybe once a year going down to the coast and doing some fishing and different things like that. So I'm excited about the men's ministry cranking back up again. They kind of took a little break, but now they're cranking up, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
nice. September 20th. That is on a what day of the week?
That's a Tuesday. Same.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So they'll be meeting the exact same time as the ladies. The ladies are in our choir room. The men for right now will be upstairs in our fellowship hall. If they decide to meet off campus at a home or that, they may do that. I don't know, but I'm excited that we're going to have Paul Malman, again, sportsman extraordinaire, Randy Jones, and Kirk Bailey are going to be leading and working with that.
Nice. As continuing on talking about church matters, church needs. We're looking to hopefully renovate the kitchen whenever we can get the funding for that. Due to cabinet doors falling onto the ground, and just all sorts of things that need to be kind of redone in the church or in the kitchen. And of course, it's an older kitchen and it's been around for a while. And
it's an 80s kitchen.
It's an 80s kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an 80s person. So
that kitchen's 40 years old, never been remodeled. And you're, however old, never been remodeled.
I've not been. I have been renovated. And I've had
renovated. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. Youth Hangout is on Wednesdays from 6 to 7. The pizza is no joke. That is pizza, and that's what you get. And that's been fun. And then so the Youth Hangout, Matt Cannon, I believe, is still assisting with that. So if you have a child from 7th to 12th grade, they are invited on Wednesday evenings. So little kids, we got the team kid, and then for the bigger kids, we got the youth.
Yeah, and our youth group I think Matt said almost doubled in size this last Wednesday. So it's good. The youth are starting to find us.
I call those good problems to have. That's always a good thing.
Definitely.
Always a good thing. Senior Adult Game Day is third Tuesdays of the month. So we're looking at probably September. I forget. Don't ask me for any specific math or dates. I communicate with feelings and big picture phrases, Third Tuesday of the month, though, Senior Adult Game Day kind of wraps us back to our Sunday mornings. As you said, 8:30 a.m. men's prayer meeting upstairs in the fellowship hall, which will also be the same place that we do our September 20th men's ministry meetings as well. Will be in the fellowship hall. 9:30 a.m. is Sunday school. It's a good way to get plugged into a small group Bible study. It's easier to ask questions, easier to kind of just get to fellowship and talk, and we have fun and we tell jokes, and all with an appropriate church level jokes, but we tell jokes and it's just fun to I'm in Neil's class, and so it's always fun to watch Trudy and him have discussions in the middle of class and so those are fun. So we've got that on Sunday morning, Sunday school. There's other fantastic classes out there. That was just the one I'm personally involved with. 10:45 morning worship. And you told me at the beginning, and I completely blanked. What was the name of the book we're going to be in?
Obadiah.
Yeah. Gotcha. I was going to start singing Obadiah was a bullfrog, but it's Jeremiah.
No, that's Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But on our Sunday school, just we do have a place for everybody. So, I mean, from babies all the way up to as old as you want to be.
Older babies.
So we've got, so we do have a place for everybody there. But also, one thing I want to throw in and have folks think about that as they're watching us, and that we are also trying to crank up a couple of other of the ministries, our bell choir, wanting to get it going again. If somebody's interested in that, see Nancy Ellis. And say, hey, I'm interested in the bell choir. We'd like to get all 6 octaves rolling, and it's for male and female. To play. We have some big honker bells too, and some real bitty ones, but some big ones, and so we need some muscle for
ones we haven't seen yet because
we haven't seen them really. And then we're looking at, if somebody's interested in choir, we're looking at cranking the choir up again. COVID and all that stuff we're finally getting through. So if folks are interested, you don't have to read music. Chris goes over everything, so you'll learn your part by that way. So we're looking at the choir. So if you're interested in being a part of the choir, and say, hey, I can come to practices, because that's important, then see Chris on that, and we'll get that cranked up. And then last but not least, definitely not least, is we will be cranking back up children's worship, children's church. That it's coming. We're waiting on some material to come in, but we have teachers. We've got that part. We're just waiting on that, and we'll do it as we did before. Right after the music's over with, before I get up, we'll release the kids so that they can go out and be taught at their level. But I think it's important that kids also spend some time in church with the parents to see the parents worship. I think the parents are a great example for them. And so they'll be that way. And it's from, I will say kindergarten to third grade.
I believe so. This is also, didn't we call it Kids Quest? Is that what it was?
We called it Kids Quest. We're trying to think of a rebranding on it in that. So I'm just saying a children's worship time. But so we'll have a place for nursery, our extended session. We'll have nurseries 1 to 2. We'll have our extended session. I think we're looking at 3 and 4 year olds, and then the worship time probably 5 through third grade in that. So that's going to be that's more of that's going to be out there, and we'll really let folks know when that begins. And every 5th Sunday, everybody will meet in the sanctuary. So the kids will come in and meet in the sanctuary every 5th Sunday, and that'll give the teachers also a chance to come in and be a part of the worship too.
Excellent. So choir, handbell choir, and children's worship service is started. Plus the men's Bible study. So
yeah, it's it's all cranking up. With all the problems of COVID and everything else, we've been slow in moving some things and trying to make sure things are right. But it looks like the Lord said time's right. And so I'm excited about what's happening.
Most excellent. I tell you, the handbell is, you've got to be coordinated. And I look at that and just squeamish, think, oh my goodness, how do you know what to go to?
Actually, you could do it, Thomas. And believe it or not, I played handbells back in middle school. There was a humongous handbell choir in our middle school there in Abilene, and where I went for a short time. And you just have your notes and you just follow along. And I highlighted every one of my notes. So I knew which one to ring. And if I remember, let's see, blue was left and yellow was right. So that's how I knew. I just, ring it here. And it's not bad.
Well, I guess because the way it's supposed to work is you have a person for most of the bells. And so you normally just have to worry about your own. And if you've got a smaller group, you've got to have to jump back and forth between.
With our quartet, a ladies quartet on the bells. They're playing, a bunch of bells, so they got to run around like crazy and do it. But if you have a lot of people, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, nice. So coming up, then we got evening worship, 6 p.m. That night. Let's see here, Tuesday evening. I was going to say Tuesday evening live. That's the old show. Moment of Truth is on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. I don't know, we may, if the men's Bible study is doing their thing, we might maybe make adjustments, or we'll see if we need to. I don't know if more to come. We'll take this offline and chat. Wednesdays kind of went through it, but Team Kid at 5:45, ladies crafting through God's word also at 5:45, youth hangout at 6, and adult Bible study at 6. And then taking us back to Thursday of Church Matters, which is
where we are today.
Program right here. Only Thomas needs to remember to load his slides. I tell you, I made them, I built them, they were beautiful, and I said, I'll do it, and I'll load them up on the computer. And I laid down and took a nap.
Well, it's like I had a funeral yesterday. I had a funeral today for a funeral home. And I got home and I'm sitting there and I looked at Kathy and went, oh, crud, I have not done my PowerPoint and I haven't sent it to Thomas.
Oh.
And so that's what I was furiously doing before we came on. And I hit send right before we came on.
Well, that's good to know. I was going to say I was out Sunday due to some illness and watched from home, and it was great. It was got to hear all this. Chris even played a song I had requested at the end. It was When We All Get to Heaven. One of my favorite variations of that song, and so it all sounded great. Rhonda did the technical work, and so did Kathy, and so it's good to know that things all come together, and we're actually a team.
It works. And this Sunday, good Lord willing, at the end of the service, baptism.
Yes, most excellent.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Do you mind closing us out in prayer?
Not at all.
All right.
Father, thank you for this time. Lord, I just want to thank you for all the things that are going on in your church. Father, how you're opening things up and causing things to happen, and how, Lord, you're bringing ministries back to life again, and Lord, even creating some new ones. Father, we just give you thanks and thank you for allowing us to be a part of that, Lord. And Father, because I know your desire and our desire is to reach the community of Troy for you. So, Lord, thank you for giving us that privilege. And Lord, I just pray that as folks maybe listen to this, they would be excited about what you're doing in your church there at First Baptist. And that, Lord, they would come and be a part of it, to join you where you're at work. And Lord, I thank you in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. All right, sir. We'll see you Sunday. All right, sir.